That's fine. You still won.
It's true.
Your team won.
My team won,
By, like,
even though I
500
was
points.
a sack of potatoes.
Jeez, Mike, get better at this game.
I know. Get good. I know. I know. Don't have to tell me twice.
Man. Yeah.
So we won. So we won both games this week. We had senior night against Granger, and we beat Granger at home.
Uh-huh.
Then we played Taylorsville at Taylorsville's senior night, and we beat Taylorsville. But because our region is so like bad overall, so we took third in region. Not terrible. We honestly should have taken second. I think we're better than West Jordan. We split our series with West Jordan, but they beat Kearns, and we lost to Kearns in overtime. So they would be the second place team. They have one more win than we do. But so the way the rankings work is we get an RPI ranking, kind of just like, you know, college football.
Yeah.
24 teams make the playoffs, and we're sitting at 25.
Oh.
So we're probably, now we played, normally it's Tuesday, Thursday, so there were teams that played today. So technically someone maybe could have lost and dropped below us, but because our region is so bad, that probably did not happen. So most likely we missed the playoffs by one spot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your soccer team?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah, and you know, it's our own fault because it's like at the beginning of the year, we played Tooele and we played Hurricane, and we could have, and honestly, our team, in my opinion, if we played them now, we would win.
Right.
But first game of the season, we hadn't figured stuff out, I guess, and
Yeah.
so we lost. We lost 2-1 to both of them, and it's just like, and one of them, it was like they just had a goal that kind of just snuck in, and like had no business scoring at all.
Wow.
It's just like, well,
That's so annoying.
yeah, sometimes that happens, you know.
It's just.
That's why you always got to be paying attention. That's why you always got to be on your game.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it just kind of happened.
It reminds me of when you're watching like last year when the Utes lost to BYU.
Yeah.
Like they
Or
had
2 years ago.
right 2 years ago.
Right.
They lost to BYU,
And it was
then
like,
by
and
the end of the
BYU
year,
played a better game, and like they deserved to win by
right,
far.
Right.
But then by the end of the year,
It
you're
was
like, Utah
laughable.
clearly was a better team.
Right.
Clearly was better.
Yeah.
And it was like, and that's why they ended up getting ranked ahead, like in the
Right.
in the poll
Right.
that year. BYU was 13 and Utah was 12, even though BYU had beaten them head to head. And it was like, well, that's why rankings are kind of dumb too, because it's like one singular game cannot determine a lot. Like I understand that like you have to do that for like championships. Like I get that, but when you're this was not.
I have a story. I don't think I've told you this. So we have a best friend that had a little girl turn 8. And her birthday party was at a rock climbing gym. And so Cameron is super great friends with this 8-year-old because they're the same age. They're great friends. We've gotten really along well. And so at this rock climbing wall, everyone's having a good time, but the kids can't make it up like 5 feet. You know, like they aren't doing very well.
Right.
Cameron gets on a rock. She gets harnessed up. She starts going up. She goes 55 feet in the air up this rock wall.
Yeah.
And she touches the very top of the rock wall.
That's pretty cool.
In like 5-10 minutes. It blew my mind. She's 7.5, and she just went straight up.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is some things just make sense to little kids, and they just get it. And it's just like, athletically, that sometimes is the case. Oh, man, got caught out by that stupid bird. And sometimes they just know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, and that's great. It's like, I bet Cam, like, when I think of Cameron, she's probably someone that I would probably love to have on one of those soccer teams that I coach at Hunter. Because, like, I bet that she would be really, like, she'd be aggressive. Because one of the issues that I find is, like, the girls tend to be just, like, super passive. It's like, not all of them will, like, get in and, like, get dirty and bang shoulders. And it's like, guys, like, stop being so... Or, like, they'll take their time on the ball. And it's like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, the more you wait, the less likely you're gonna be able to get where you need to go. And it's just like, so you gotta go. You can't sit and wait. And the thing is you might have to, like, bang shoulders, and you might have to do... Oh, good. Our Cinderace has decided to quit. Good, Cinderace. Did someone hurt your feelings? Oh, that's too bad. Cinderace is mad. Oh, I'm mad. I'm Cinderace. Oh. Don't you dare not do what I think you should do. Oh, Cinderace is mad.
So everyone in the gym was just like blown away. Because a 6.5-year-old goes 55 feet up to the highest rock there.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll have to show you the video that I took, and it was just like, holy cow.
That's cool.
It was really
You know who's
cool.
really good at rock walls? Brittany. She's
Really?
like Spider-Man. Like, we went... Because, like, I kind of have a little bit of a fear of heights. Like, it makes me nervous. So even if I'm in a rock, like, the harness, I can rappel fine, but I think it's because I'm going down and I want to go down.
Right.
Like, I don't want to go up. And so it's like, for whatever reason, I just get, even though it's secure, and I don't think I'm going to get, like, hurt, I don't know what it is. I just struggle.
Right.
Oh, this Leafeon. Get away from me, Leafeon, you butthole.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, but she, like, so we got harnessed up next to each other at, like, a YSA thing before we were married. And she just, yeah, it's just like Spider-Man, bro. Like, it was crazy, town. I was like, man, you're really good at this.
Yeah, it's like, holy cow. It just, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, we found your sport.
Yeah,
At
that's pretty
least
cool.
that we think.
Well, and I bet Cam probably would be really good at most sports, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
She seems very athletically inclined, and like she just doesn't let her head like get in her way. Does that make sense? It's
Yes.
like, because a lot of little kids are like, no, this should scare me, or this is dangerous, or whatever. And it's like she doesn't seem to do that. She's just like, yeah, like, I can do this. Why can't I do this?
Yeah.
Like, of course I
Yep.
can do it. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
So I asked her afterward, I'm like, so were you scared out there? And she's like, yeah, so I didn't look down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I just kept looking up.
Exactly. So it's like she's already figured it out. She's always like, yeah, I'm fine, Dad.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
She's like, yeah,
Like,
so
whatever.
I was terrified when I had to look down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't
right.
look down.
So then I just didn't do that thing, and I'm good. Like, no worries, Daddy.
They're like, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. That's really smart. You are right.
Crazy
You
kid.
crazy girl.
Yeah. Oh, man. And Owen had no interest in going high. Like,
Well, I love Owen, bro.
He just-
I love Owen so much.
He-
Owen makes me so happy. Owen is so funny. Oh, I love Owen. And he's so cute too, at least with me, and I don't know what it is. Because like when he's over here and like if any kids misbehave, my kids were kids, I just treat him like my kids, like, hey, don't do that. Or I'll put him in timeout or whatever. Not a big deal, nothing, I don't yell at him or anything. It's just like, I let him know this is my house, and like if my kids are at your house, I kind of expect the same thing, right?
right.
And so it's just like, yeah, like if you're there, and especially if you're like watching my kids, it's like, yeah, you can discipline them, within reason,
Within
obviously.
reason. Yeah.
Nothing to like make them feel like embarrassed or anything, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And so like I think he got that, like, that message really fast, And so it's like me and him just have a really good friendship, and so like we just get along, and it's just really funny.
Yeah.
I really like Owen. Owen is just so cute to me. I love Owen. He's a big goofball.
Yeah.
He's a big goofball.
He is a big goofball.
And he's just so about life. Like he's just so about just like doing his thing.
Right.
And he's just like, I'm just gonna do what I do, and like if people get my way, like sucks to be them. You know what I mean?
That is a great way to say it. That is like a
great way to say it, right?
Owen, I need you to clean your room. What? That's not a part of my plan.
Yeah,
today.
no, I'm good. I'm gonna go pretend to be Spider-Man now. Thanks.
Yeah. Like, no
worries, Daddy.
Owen, I can't let you do everything.
Right.
You have to clean your room. No.
Nah.
All right.
I'm good.
I'm gonna be Spider-Man.
I'm good. I'm good with who I am right now. Yeah, he's great.
Oh
He's so
my gosh,
great.
kid.
I love him.
Help me out here.
It's true. Well, and just like any personality trait can be like a hamper to kids. So like Avery is super independent, which is going to be good for her in her life, but she honestly needs to like chill out a little bit sometimes, and like because she's so independent, if she doesn't want to do something, she just decides that like she just kind of throws a tantrum, or she won't try stuff just because she doesn't want to do it. And it's like, no, you're gonna do what I tell you to do now. So, and then Jamie is like super sweet and super kind, but then he can be passive and stuff when he shouldn't be passive. So like he struggles. So like when we play catch, I'm trying to prepare him for the upcoming baseball season, but like he's scared, and so I'm trying to help him not be scared, but then he gets so emotional. He's just like, Daddy, can I give you a hug? Like, everything's okay. And it's like, yeah, everything is okay. Like, you're not in trouble. I'm not mad. And so these are all the things he thinks of. Like, he thinks that something's wrong. He thinks I'm mad. And it's like, no, like, I'm not mad. Like, it's okay. But and then I try and tell him, but I'm going to correct your behavior because you're not doing what you should do. So like if you lean back and you try and catch the ball like this, you're not going to catch the ball.
Right.
So like
if you lunge at it, you're not going to pop.
I'm going to correct what you're doing, and you have to be okay with me correcting you.
Yeah.
And so and that's why kids are just so funny.
So different. Every kid is so different. I mean, you want to buy a book that tells you how to treat every kid right, Like you want to buy a book that's a secret to, a good parenting book.
Well, and that's the thing is like, because they have books, right? But it's like those books, like probably the people that wrote those books had a certain type of kid, right?
Right.
And then they were like, well, we're gonna try and fit this to every kid, and it's like, no. That doesn't work. Like you can't. Like if you do it that way, kids are going to rebel. So like, I have to be tough with Avery, and like me and her are gonna butt heads probably, because like I'm gonna literally tell her, no, you don't do that.
Right.
But with Jamie, I'm having to like drag him along in some things because he doesn't want to let anyone down, and he gets really emotional about it.
Right.
And so it's just like they're so different. And the funny thing is like Jamie will probably be an easy kid to deal with, like when he's a teenager, because I'll have to like push him to do stuff.
Right.
Whereas Avery is going to be probably harder, and especially for Britt. I'm telling you now, her and Brittany are going to struggle when she is a teenager, and so like I'm gonna have to be an intermediary between the two of them a lot, and be like, hey, you both need to shush now, Avery.
Right.
Be respectful of your mom. Like, she already does stuff, and it's just so funny, even just how kids act with their different parents.
Yeah.
Like when I tell my kids to do something, they do it, and I only have to say their name. It's like, Avery, we were practicing riding a bike, and Brittany wanted her to come, and she said, "No, I'm doing this," and all I had to say was Avery, and she did exactly what Brittany told her to do. That's all I had to do. I didn't even have to tell her what. It was just Avery, and that was it. And so it's just like, even with different parents, like, they act differently.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and I constantly have to tell my kids, it's like, you guys need to do what your mom tells you to do. But they don't. And that's kind of what dad's for.
Right.
Like, dad is there to clean up, you know, kind of the mess that's made between, because my wife is so compassionate, so empathetic, which they need, because they don't need me all the time, like, being big, scary dad.
Right.
They do need, oh my gosh, that's snapback.
Oh.
They do need mom to, like, come in and, like, everything's okay, and, like, like, we, you know, everything will be fine, and, like, love them and all that stuff. And then at other times it's like, no, you're gonna do what I tell you to do because I told you to do it.
Right.
And sometimes that's what they need. I find that with, you know, as a teacher, it's like, I find that it's like different kids respond differently, and different kids like they need dads that are doing that, while at the same time they need to have, like, the mom figure that's also helping them. And if they don't have both, then they struggle.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny when she's in high school. Her and Britt are gonna just struggle.
See, and that's what I think is gonna be opposite with Cameron. Cameron and Brianna are going to enjoy the heck out of each other when she's a teenager-ish.
Yeah.
So I walk into the school today, right? And Cameron comes up and she's super happy to see me, and it's like this after school program thing on Thursdays where they go there for an hour after school and do a little bit of tutoring for Owen. But since Cameron is a sibling, she stays. And
Right.
so we don't have to pick him up twice.
Right.
Right. So Cameron tells a teacher, she goes, "I have 2 boyfriends."
That's funny.
And she's like, "Oh, really?" And she's like, "Yes, I am amazing. And I have 2 boyfriends." And I'm like, whoa.
Yikes!
Cameron, you're 7.
2 boyfriends, my eye!
And then I turned to Owen. I'm like, "Owen, do you have any girlfriends?" He's like, "No."
Girls are yucky.
That's dumb. I have my own life.
Yeah, exactly. Owen's gonna be a Sigma male. He's just gonna be like, why are you here? Like, I don't need you. Like, leave me alone. Like, what do I care?
Oh,
And the girl's like gonna be
gosh.
interested in him, and he's just gonna be like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like,
Right.
leave, please.
Like,
Oh
he's-
man, I'm getting so caught out now.
Oh.
So bad. Oh, we're not doing well, fellas. We're not doing well.
It's just interesting how you're like, because when I small kid, my parents knew I was so laid back. Like,
Oh yeah.
just like, yeah, everything's fine. It'll all work out. We're good. Yeah, kind of like, just like, oh yeah, let's play video games, enjoy.
Right.
You know, and oh yeah, Mom, you need me to clean my room? Sure, yeah, I'll do that. You
Right,
know,
just
like-
super easy going, super to get along with, yeah.
Right, and super easy to tell, you know, to tease because I don't get that you're teasing, or
Right.
that I don't, and that I also kind of don't care that you are teasing.
Right.
It doesn't bother me one way or the other. Like,
Right.
you know. But Owen is not laid back, but he's also
No.
but he's also like, I don't care.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Like,
Like,
last,
you telling me what to do? That's funny.
yeah. Like last Saturday,
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, okay, Owen,
That just helped
you
me
have
out.
to understand. We have two really fun things planned today, but your room has been a disaster for like 2 weeks,
Right.
and I cannot stand it anymore. It's starting to smell. So get in there
And clean.
and put 3 hours of cleaning.
Right.
And he doesn't get upset that I ask him that. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, just like, nah.
And so I'm like, okay.
Who are you, old man?
I'm like, all right, Owen, if I get mad at you, it doesn't do anything.
Right.
If I just kind of talk to you nicely, it doesn't do anything.
It also doesn't do anything. Yeah.
So this is the thing. At 12, I'm going to walk into your room, and if it's not done, we aren't doing this really fun thing. And
Right.
believe me, it's awesome,
Right.
you know? And I was going to take him to go get a baseball mitt. And we
Right.
were going to play baseball, you know? And then I'm like, okay, and if it's still not done, by the time that the second fun thing is going to happen, you're not going to be going. We aren't going to be going.
Right.
You know. And so the first thing comes up, the room's not done. And I said, sorry, I was gonna go take you to get a baseball mitt. And his face just dropped.
Right.
Like he was like, wait. that was part of the deal? And I said, yes.
Yes, Owen.
Oh, and you wanted to do your own thing. I
Which
had
is
something-
great, I guess. But guess what? Now,
Just
Owen has to do the consequences.
yeah, and he threw a tantrum, and he was so mad at himself, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens next Saturday when I ask you to clean your room.
Right.
Oh man, just
Well, and that's what's funny about people like him is like he honestly will more than likely get mad at himself, like you were saying, than get like mad at you, because it's
Right.
like he probably will take the responsibility and be like, oh yeah, like this happened, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, blah 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 blah, right?
Right.
But then you're just like, and so then he gets upset, but it's like he's not really upset with you. He's upset that he like missed out on this opportunity, and it's like he is taking responsibility for the fact that he did it. Garchomp, what were
Yeah.
you doing? Like, the fight was happening, we were just out there dying, and you were just being just what were you doing? Just sitting there doing nothing. You dork. Oh my gosh. Sometimes.
oh yeah, we're playing video.
Oh yeah,
games.
we're in a fight. You nerd. Jeez.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well.
Well, you leveled up. That's pretty good.
We need Rayquaza, but you guys need to fight with me, please. Fight with me, please. Fight with me, please. Aha, we did it. You suck.
Nice.
You suck.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Just the
Yeah, I'll just hang out with
contrast
you,
between
Kudra.
these two kids that I have.
I know.
Oh man.
Well, that is what makes parenting like fun, because there is a super difference between kids for sure.
Yeah.
If you guys will help me, I can maybe go score. Okay, don't help me. That's fine. Whatever. I don't know that we'll win now because I was trying to get this guy and you guys just hung me out to dry, so I don't know how many points they scored compared to us. Who knows? Who knows? This is when it's a coin flip, you butt facers. Drive me nuts.
Oh.
Okay, good. Woo.
my heart there for a second.
I know. Well, I know. And they climb, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Wow.
He did really well. You, not so much, even though we were fighting at the end. That's fine. 0 points, huh? Well, he did kill 11 people. Actually, that's really good. 5 and 6. How did you only get... That's what I don't understand about the scoring system, though, either. So this person was responsible for 17 kills, right? 11 of their own, and then 6 assists. They didn't score any points, but it's like they obviously did damage.
Right.
So it's like, but they only got a 59. It's like, that's maybe not... Maybe they should revisit that. Okay. All right, everyone. We're going to call it good with that. Another good session. We'll be continuing to get videos up, so we have a couple videos to do, some that are in the future and or that we just did that are recent, and then some in the past. Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, Patience Gaming. We love y'all.
Yep. Good night.